On Global TV News Express, federal government vows to stop striking health workers' salaries. In business, presidential committee pushes back against critics of new tax laws. And on the foreign scene, ECOWAS Guinea-Bissau junta holds talks on detainees transition. In sport, President Tinubu hails Super Eagles after African Cup of Nations quarter-final win as Egypt eliminates defending champions Ivory Coast. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now the news in full. Stakeholders of All Progressive Congress, that is APC in the Southeast, has formally endorsed President Bola Tinubu for a second term ahead of 2027 general elections, pledging massive electoral support. Speaking at a regional stakeholders meeting in Enugu, Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma said the Southeast must end political isolation and strengthen its relevance at the center. He cited the growing presence of the All Progressive Congress in the region and urged voters to support Tinubu to consolidate ongoing economic and security reforms. The former national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, that is APC, and former governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has returned to the country after spending several weeks on vacation in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Following his return, the former APC national chairman is expected to commence a series of consultations and stakeholders meeting focusing on recent political developments in Kano State. A statement issued by his chief of staff, Mohammed Garba, stated that the engagements are aimed at reviewing the evolving political landscape and consulting widely with party leaders and critical stakeholders. Dr. Ganduje is also expected to go for the ongoing APC nationwide electronic membership registration, that is e-registration exercise, an initiative which he pioneered during his tenure as national chairman. The initiative was designed to moderate the party's membership database, enhance internal planning, and ensure that APC membership records are comprehensive, credible, and easily accessible. The statement added that the former governor remains committed to strengthening party structures and promoting inclusive dialogue in support of democratic consolidation within the APC, particularly in Kano. The federal government has directed federal hospitals nationwide to enforce a no-work, no-pay policy on joint health sector unions, JOHESU members participating in the ongoing strike while ensuring emergency services remain operational. The directive, issued by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and signed by the Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Disu Adejoke, takes effect from January 26 and applies to all categories of staff involved in industrial action. Hospital managements were also instructed to protect staff willing to work, secure facilities, and submit regular report on service delivery. Meanwhile, medical doctors across Edo State have commenced a strike action following the abduction of their colleague, Dr. Ibrahim Babatunde, citing growing insecurity and fear for their lives despite assurance from security agencies that efforts are on the way to release and secure his freedom. The industrial action has forced several hospitals across the state to operate at minimal capacity, leaving patients and their families distressed as access to essential and emergency medical care becomes increasingly limited. Doctors Leaders says the strike reflects a broader pattern of attack on health workers nationwide and have urged authorities to urgently improve security to prevent further disruption to healthcare delivery. Still talking health, the National Association of Resident Doctors has insisted on embarking on the planned industrial action scheduled for January 12, despite an order by the National Industrial Court stopping the move. According to the association's president, Dr. Mohammed Suleiman, only the National Executive Council of the Union can stop the planned strike. He said members of the association were not shaken by the court order, alleging that the government had not acted in good faith despite association's decision to suspend its earlier strike in November 2025. Dr. Suleiman added that the association is still engaging the federal government and expected them to express optimism that the impasse could be resolved over the weekend. Away from health matters, the federal government is set to formally sign an agreement with the Academic Staff Union of Universities following weeks of negotiation. The development may be linked to the 40% salary increase for academic staff proposed by the federal government last month and accepted by the union. A circular issued by the Ministry of Education invites vice chancellors and registrars of federal universities to witness the signing ceremony scheduled for Wednesday, January 14, 2026 in Abuja. The Ministry of Works and Housing, David Umahi, that's the minister, has issued a firm warning to contractors handling federal roads, stressing that delays and poor supervision will no longer be tolerated. The minister gave the warning during an inspection visit to the ongoing expansion of the Maraba-Kefi Expressway, a 43-kilometer project being handled by China Harbour Engineering Company. Kabir Hassan reports. That report in our subsequent bulletin. Now to the next story, where a troubling picture of Nigeria's economic future is coming into focus as a new report by PricewaterhouseCoopers warns that rising inflation and weak income growth could push millions more Nigerians into poverty by 2026. For many residents of Abuja, the impact of this economic pressure is already being felt in daily struggles to afford food, transportation, and basic necessities. Again, Kabir Hassan reports. We'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletin. Now to Imo State, as they have launched a new entrepreneurship program at the Imo Digital City in Owerri as part of efforts to strengthen its digital economy and support young innovators. Our correspondent, Amarachi Ibe, reports. All right, let's go on a quick break. After this break, News Express returns. Stay with us.